Hello, my name is Elkrief, and in this video I'd like to talk about how to stop feeling resentment and disappointment in your relationship. So to start out, I'd just like to ask you a question. Would you be happy and fulfilled if you were in the perfect relationship, or if you had the perfect partner for you? Take a moment to answer that for yourself. For most of us, we think the answer is yes. We've been trained almost our whole life through TV, movies, parents, friends, all that stuff, that if we find the perfect person for us, if we get married and it's just right, then that would make us happy and fulfilled. But if we're in a relationship and we're not fulfilled and we're not happy, then naturally we come to the conclusion that I am not happy and I am not fulfilled because my relationship isn't good enough. Right? So that makes us feel disappointed about our relationship. And then most of us will then blame the insufficiencies in our relationship, or the apparent insufficiencies of our relationship, on our partner. And then we feel resentment for them, because if they were perfect, then I would be fulfilled. But since they aren't good enough, that's why I'm not fulfilled in this relationship. So this resentment and disappointment is pretty much experienced by most people, because as long as we believe that a relationship can fulfill us, we're going to feel lacking in our relationship. So if you want to stop resenting your partner for not being fulfilled yourself, if you want to stop feeling disappointed about your relationship, then there's a very easy way to do it. You just have to discover that a relationship can't make you happy. You just need to discover that somebody else doesn't have the ability to make you happy. So if you're ready to do that, let's look at it right now. So if we believe that a relationship can fulfill us, then we're essentially believing that another person can fulfill us. So the first question we need to ask ourselves is, what makes me unhappy? What is the cause of my lack of fulfillment? And the answer to that is thoughts. Thoughts are what create all of our unwanted emotions. It's just these negative thoughts about ourselves, others, the future, the past. That's what creates our shame, our lack, our anxiety, our sadness, our guilt. All of that stuff is what prevents us from feeling fulfilled. So, if we're saying that somebody else has the ability to make me happy, we are essentially believing that somebody else has the ability to change all my negative thoughts to positive thoughts, or to get rid of all of the negative thoughts that make me unhappy and unfulfilled in my life. That's normal. We've been taught that. We just haven't been aware of what we're actually believing. So if we look at it now, to start out, the first point is, do you have, or did you come into your relationship with any sense of unworthiness, unlovability, feelings of shame, feelings of insecurity about yourself, about your physical appearance, about your personality? If so, does your partner have the ability to eliminate those thoughts, to take away those thoughts, to change all those thoughts to positive? You may have discovered that they can distract you from them, or maybe change one or two, but with most of our sense of unworthiness and shame and all that, we've had it for almost our whole life, or for many years. So these beliefs are very strong. And no matter how much our partner loves us, no matter how much they try to show us that we're wonderful and loving and worthy and all of that, they don't have the power to change our negative thoughts about ourselves to positive. They just don't have the ability to do it. So, if you can recognize, my partner doesn't have the ability to change my negative thoughts about myself, then can I acknowledge that they are not to blame for my sense of unlovability or unworthiness or not being loved. Right? That's just created by thoughts. The second point is, did you come into your relationship with any judgments about your life? Or in other words, were there aspects of your life that you didn't like? Maybe you didn't like your job, or you didn't think you were making enough money, or your apartment wasn't big enough, or different aspects of your life probably weren't good enough, in your head at least. So that creates a sense of lack, that creates sadness, that creates anxiety, all those things. So when you entered into a relationship, you imagined that that would just make you happy, or if somebody loved you, that would make you happy. But can your partner eliminate all those negative thoughts that you have about different elements of your life? Or in addition, when you get married, when you get some love, then you probably have new judgments about your house isn't clean enough, big enough, nice enough, all those types of things. So if you can take a moment right now and just look, is it realistic to imagine that my partner should have the ability or the power to change all those negative thoughts so that I don't feel lacking and insufficient and sad and have anxiety? Just take a moment and look. You might discover, you know what? My partner doesn't have that capacity, doesn't know what I'm thinking, and even if he does, what, is he supposed to change every element of my life so it matches my definition of perfect? That's impossible. So that's the second point as to why your relationship isn't to blame for your unhappiness or lack, and why your relationship can't fulfill you and make you happy. The third point is, when we come into a relationship, we're generally looking for someone's love to make us happy. And when we have some of their love, when we feel it, when we think they love me and all that, it feels nice. And we think it makes us happy. So once we think that their love makes us happier at least, then we also come to the conclusion, naturally, that it would be bad if I don't have their love. Right? We make it, it's better to have their love, bad to not have their love. So as soon as we think that it would be bad if I lose their love or don't have their love, of course we're going to begin to worry about it. Right? We're going to worry, do they love me enough? You know, and constantly be looking for them to reassure us of that love. But no matter how much our partner loves us, there's no way for us to know with absolute certainty that they do love us. Right? There's no way to know with absolute certainty. So therefore, this worrying will constantly remain. And even if we're absolutely sure, let's just imagine we're so 100% sure, there's no way for us to know about the next moment that they won't stop loving us. So when we're looking for their love to make us happy, we're going to keep worrying about whether we still have their love and what to do to keep their love. And that's not very enjoyable, and there's nothing our partner can do about that. So that's another reason why your partner isn't to blame for your unhappiness, your lack of fulfillment. Once again, it's just thoughts. In addition, all of us have many different types of anxieties and judgments about all different things in our life, right? We have anxieties in our job, we have anxieties about our kids, we have worries about the future, we have so many different judgments about our parents, or worrying about our parents' approval, or all those types of things continue to create our sense of lack, our shame, our sadness, our anger, our guilt, all of that in our life. No matter what our partner does for us, no matter how perfect they are for us, they can't change all these thoughts we have about ourselves. So therefore, a perfect relationship can't eliminate these things that make us unhappy. And lastly, the fourth point is just that, maybe fifth, is that we tend to have many different concepts about why our partner isn't good enough. Maybe we think they don't cook enough. Maybe they think they don't buy us enough gifts. Maybe they don't love us enough. Maybe they don't appreciate us enough. Maybe they don't clean enough. Maybe they aren't a good enough father. Maybe they're not... All those types of things. We have so many concepts of perfect that we're constantly comparing our partner to these ideas and deciding something they do isn't good enough. And once we decide that, it creates anger, resentment, separation, all these types of different things, disappointment. But is that really our partner's fault that we have all those feelings and those thoughts? There's no way for our partner to match every single concept we have of perfect. There's just no way, right? And most of the concepts, they have no idea what our concept is, or they can't change it even if they wanted to. So can we cut them some slack? Can we recognize, okay, that's how they are, and they don't have the ability to make me happy? So those are the reasons why a relationship or another human being can't fulfill us and make us happy. So if you can recognize in this moment, okay, I see that. A relationship can't make me happy. So what does that mean? Well, that means the reason why you aren't fulfilled has nothing to do with your relationship and has nothing to do with your partner. So you can stop blaming them for your unhappiness. You can stop feeling resentment towards them because you're not fulfilled. You can stop feeling disappointed that your relationship somehow isn't good enough because you're not fulfilled. It has nothing to do with the quality of your relationship. You not being fulfilled only has to do with the thoughts in your mind. And that's it. So that can give you a little bit of freedom, a little bit more peace in your relationship, and allow you to enjoy it more because you're no longer looking at it as a tool to fulfill you. But the other thing that this recognition can do is it can help you to become happy because you can see, look, what's causing my unhappiness? Thoughts. And once you see that thoughts are creating your unhappiness and lack of fulfillment, then you can begin to address those thoughts. You can begin to stop believing them. You can begin to give some of your energy to that. Right? As long as you're looking for your relationship to fulfill you, you're going to a place that can't actually fulfill you. It's a game that you can't win. So you might as well just stop for a moment and examine it. Recognize, discover, oh, if a relationship can't make me happy, then maybe it's time to try looking for my happiness in another place, to try addressing the actual cause of my unhappiness. So that's why relationships can't fulfill us. I hope the video was helpful, and please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.